Hello YouTube, today we're taking a look at a game that I also had a while ago in the 1A3. As you can see, this is the old model of the 1A3, not the new one with the HD graphics, the bigger turret and stuff. Anyway, so just a standard game at the beginning. I say like left and mid please, because going to the city on this map, I don't know dude, it never works out for me, even when I'm in my heavies. You're just, a bunch of heavies peeking, waiting for somebody to peek. So that you can land a shot on them or just try to angle and then trade shots. You get nowhere, and then the battle progresses in the other parts of the map, and you're literally just sitting ducks in the city doing nothing but facing each other until whichever teams has like better mediums or like win the mediums flank or go through the mid and flank, and that's GG. You pretty much have no rule in deciding whichever the game is gonna way the game is gonna swing if you are playing the city. That's my opinion at least. Anyway, so I'm checking, nobody has been spotted so far, which is kind of weird. So I'm checking the city entrance, because sometimes people go through there, nothing, and then boom, pretty much the entire team is in the city. I see this Sheridan is totally oblivious. I switched to the standard HE round. I always carry one standard HE round in my 1A3. In case I want to finish off an enemy or a guerrilla waffle or a light tank in this case. Anyway, so I'm trying to chase the Sheridan or scare him off. He's an AP shot, pretty much certain he's 697 HP. I'm looking at the city and our allies there are outnumbered, but they also don't seem to be knocking off that much HP off the enemy tanks. The Foch rushes to kill the T-30 or to clip him, and then he dies, so the T-30 is worth it. Anyways, I was waiting, pre-aiming for the Sheridan, thinking he might have been coming this way, but I see he's the Sheridan's playing games pretty much. I was okay, time to actually put our gun to use, because so far I haven't done nothing but land a headshot on the Sheridan, which is obviously no good, especially with our tanks in the city literally melting as we speak. So I was okay. I make a beeline to the city. I don't give the Sheridan much attention anymore. The STB is looking at the minimap, is also doing nothing. He's just hanging in the same spot since I left. Anyways, so I'm okay. I was when I peek here, I'm gonna see some people, but they're actually in this area on the right. I'm okay. Who to shoot? Of course, the 1A3. You gotta get that gun out of the game. His shell on his side. Low roll, but whatever. At least it pinned. Didn't hit his tracks or something, because it wasn't fully aimed after all. I'm backing off. The enemy Death Star has his adrenaline on. I get mine, and I'm okay. Immediately drop the adrenaline and just wait. I thought he was gonna swing for it, thinking I might still be reloading, but he wasn't actually that stupid. So I was okay, I don't want to get shot by the enemy Death Star, but I also want to progress the game. I want to do something to help my allies, hopefully keep one of them at least alive. So I'm okay, I'm just gonna angle and shoot whenever I see a slither of his tank. Thank God he doesn't also hit my tank or the cheek of the turret or the side of the hull. Maybe he was just aiming or thinking I'm a peek, aiming with Hish, who knows. We clear him, we don't get shot in return, and then it's a 1v4 in a Death Star. I'm okay, hello Mr. 50B. I'm gonna get shot anyway, so I take my time to properly aim the shot. We hit his turret ring just below the gun mantlet, clear him with Hish. Thankfully we have the max roll engaged, the max roll skill, which actually activated, so that we were guaranteed to clear him. And then the Sheridan comes. I'm okay, he's an AP shot, but I don't want him to flank me. But I also don't want to hang along until the other enemies catch up. So I was okay, even if we take a shot, thankfully he bounces. But I was even if I take a shot, I just gotta progress. I don't want to be rushed by 3 enemies simultaneously. I was okay, the Kran somehow misses that shot. I'm not complaining though. Here I don't want to scare the Kran off, but I also don't want to keep getting shot until I reload. I reload the Hish, so in case I don't need to pen, we literally catch the outer track wheel, but we splash him for 300, which is no big deal for this kind of gun. I'm okay, it's a 1v1. The 50B says FPV camper. Sure buddy, sure. I'm okay, even if I get shot here, I have to get a Hish shot in the STR. Thankfully we pin his lower plate with Hish, which is excellent. He's now down to a lucky high roll with AP, but a certain kill if we pin Hish. So I'm okay, what do we do now? Obviously if I shoot him with AP, I will reload me no problem. So I'm okay, let's wait for him to make a mistake. I'm is he going back? He peeks me broadside on. I hit him in the side. I'm like, yeah, bitter, because the 50B was telling me I'm a camper and I'm literally in the middle of the map. Like, I don't get what he was saying there. Anyways, just me being salty for a bit. As you can see, like 7.7k damage. We get the Kolobanov's high caliber, of course. 1700 base XP in tier 10 game. That's remarkable. With like full HP, cleared the Sheridan. Same goes for the Death Star, 1300 in the 50B. You know, full HP, the STI as well. We clear him, 2200, 2 shots. We get the Kolobanov's, which was a 1v4. I mean, momentarily. But anyways, like usually the like I think my win rate in the 1A3 is like 50 something percent, which is bad because my overall win rate is above 63%, and in like some of my tier 10s I'm 65 plus. So it's like it's not the tank you expect to win most games in, but you just play it for fun. So when I got a 1v4 and I actually somehow by some miracle managed to clear the enemies and get the 1v4 win, I was like, okay, yeah, no, that's a game worth recording in case I want to use it later. So yeah, that's about it really. As I said, the 1A3 isn't the tank that does the best in like hectic situations with like 1v something, like 1v2, 1v3. But yeah, like we used the terrain. The enemies were also dumb enough to just come at me one by one, but I'm not complaining, of course. Yeah, anyway, so that was about it. See you in the next video, hopefully, and bye-bye.